Hey, what is going on, guys? Lewis here, and I'm freaking stoked about this deck because this deck made top 32 at YCS New Jersey, and it's not even complete. So, um, yeah, just like it freaking blew me away. I know Evilswarms have been topping regionals and stuff, but it's not even ready. And New Jersey was like, bam, competing with Mono Mermaids and all that extra good stuff. Uh, So just enough of my fascination. Just going into it, he's playing the standard 3 Heliotrope, 3 Castor, 2 Mandragora, and 3 Thunderbird. These 10 right here are definitely standard in every Evilswarm deck. There's some players who try to play 3 Mandragora, but I feel like 3 is cloggy. 2 is the magic number for Mandragora. I said 10, 11 I meant, because Thunderbird's over here. He banished himself and he just came back, so 11. Next, playing 2 Rabbit for his Heliotrope. Heliotrope is just a nasty card. 1950 gets over Thunder King and a whole bunch of other problematic cards. Next, he's playing Tour Guide, and I don't know how I feel about Tour Guide in the deck. I don't. Not yet, at least. So, yeah, Tour Guide. Next, he's playing 2 DD Warrior Lady, and that is such a super freaking broken tech card. It really is. This is why I could see Tour Guide being live, because you can Tour Guide into a Leviair and then just get back DD Warrior Lady, and that seems like a nasty combo. Next is 1 Dark Hole, 3 Forbidden Dress, which is crazy. This is just like not even fair. To be able to play this and play 3 Pandemic is like wow. Okay, so just have yourself just chilling right here, and then 3 Pandemic, the stupid broken lance of the deck. This card really makes the deck unfair. Then 1 Monster Reborn and 1 Rhoda. Rhoda searches out Castor. 2 Bottomless Trap Holes. 2 Dark Illusion. This is another card that I forgot existed. So this card, the effect of this card is negate the activation of a spell, trap, or effect monster's effect that targets a face-up dark monster and destroy it. So this gets over cards like Soul Taker, gets over D-Prison, what else targets? I can't think of stuff off the top of my head. Oh, it gets over Valor. That does target. Phoenix Chain. I'm just looking at the deck and thinking. Bottomless does not target. I guess if Forbidden Dress, Forbidden Lance, Chalice, if they're not used during. No, matter of fact, this is a counter trap card, so it gets over everything. That's just like crazy. It just gets over everything. It's a counter trap that does all this. After this being played and now displayed for YCS New Jersey, I feel like this is going to become a staple in a lot of Evilswarm decks. I don't think all the players are going to play it, but I do think a lot of them are going to tech at least one, because this card seems ridiculous in the deck just because it's a counter trap. Next, he's playing 2 D Prisons, 2 Phoenix Chains, 2 Mirror Force, the Solemn lineup, and 2 Torrential Tributes. He's sighting into double Effect Veiler, triple Dimensional Fissure, double MST. The reason why he's only double MST is because he has triple Pandemic and triple Dress. There's not a lot of back row that's gonna really hurt anything else. Then this one made me laugh. So he's setting into one Spell Shattering Arrow. Now the effect of this card is destroy all face-up spells on your opponent. Destroy all face-up spells your opponent controls, and if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each. This is pretty much a card that you want to set into when you're playing against something like Fire Fist. They have a whole bunch of like Tenkies and Tensus just sitting there on board. And it's a quick play, so you can set it. They can go activate Tenki, and you're like, no, I'm not even gonna let it resolve. I'll chain Spell Shattering Arrow, pop it, and you take 500, or something in that case. A lot of players are citing into, into things like Messenger of Peace. That gets over that. It gets over. What else is a face-up spell? I can't even think of more. I think those are the only ones that stay there. It does get over things like um, field spells because those are face up saw cards. So I guess Dark Worlds can kind of hit them a little bit. Next, he's heading into the third Fiendish Chain. Three Fiendish Chains, I've been saying it, seems like the thing for the meta. This is really where Fiendish is, coming to show its true colors, and that's why no players are really playing Veiler at the moment. But he's like, I need three Fiendish and I need two Veilers in the deck. No monster effects are going off ever. He's setting it to two Gozen match. The only things that don't really work with Gozen are his rabbits and his DD Warrior ladies. So I mean, that's not even a big price to pay. That's such a small thing. Next, two Mind Crush. Really getting against the Spellbook and the Mermill matchups. And then finally, two Overworked. And this is another card that you set into generally only against Fire Fist, although you can do it against something like Dark Worlds again. So this card says destroy each monster whose attack is higher than its original attack. You can also set it against spellbooks. When they go for power, you can destroy their monsters. But generally these those are really it. Like, there's not a lot of decks that go, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna like power up my monsters. Although let's say like you have a dress and you have overwork, you can make it work in your favor. You just like, oh, okay, dress. Although no, not even, you can't even be destroyed. Whatever, I'm like talking nonsense at this point. Alright, so extra deck. Abyss Dweller, one Evilswarm Bahamut. That's all you need. You never need two. You never really go into two. You make one, and that's it. You steal a monster, and they're gonna have to try all they can to get over the other one, because odds are you're gonna have a pandemic or something to protect it anyways face down. Two Evilswarm Ophion. You never need three. You always go for two. If you need a third one, you're probably not doing something right in the deck anyway. And then one Evilswarm Ouroboros. I don't know. I don't really like the card as much. If it was like two monsters, then yeah. But the reason why I don't like three level 4s is because generally when you go for three level 4s, you can go for Shockmaster. The only thing that this has over it is it has massive attack over that, and that's a really good thing. At 2750 is really difficult to get over a lot of the time. Next is one Cowboy. One Level Chain. This had me like, really? Like, I don't understand this one at all. I'm sorry, I just can't. I mean, unless he was using the effect to like put a monster on his top deck, then I could see it being a little more live. But even then, it's just like, I can't understand Level Chain. One Levier, like I said, Tour Guide into DD Warrior Lady. Tour Guide into Levier into DD Warrior Lady. It's a pretty nasty play. Mace Stroke, Shockmaster, Leviathan, Utopia, Blackhorn, Tim Tempo, and Zenmains. That wraps it up. And the reason why I'm saying it's incomplete is because this just came out during Sneak Peek this weekend. And there's Evilswarm Kerykeion, and this card makes the deck super friggin' good. For those of you who don't know what it is, this is the effect. So you can only use each effect of Kerykeion once per turn. So the first effect is while this card is in the graveyard, if it was set in this turn, you can normal summon one swarm monster from your, of course from your hand, from one last tribute, but no one cares about that effect. So that was it. No one cares. This is where it comes into play. So you can banish one Evilswarm monster from your graveyard, then target one Evilswarm monster in your graveyard, add that target to your hand. Also, this card gains the following effect. So this is if you resolve that first one properly, you get to do this. This turn you can activate this card effect to normal summon one Evilswarm monster. So generally what you want to open up with this deck is, like, let's say you don't have Rabbit. You say have Castor and you have Mandragora. You go Castor into Mandragora into your Ophion, and you search a Pandemic, whatever. When Ophion has normal materials and these are in a graveyard, you can summon Kerykeion, banish Mandragora, add Castor to your hand, normal summon Castor, and then you can go for a play, or you can use Castor's effect and you can normal summon like another Evilswarm monster like Thunderbird, and you can overlay and keep Thunderbird, and like it's just really dirty. You know, when this card drops, you know, officially, and it gets to be played in the deck, I can see the Volvo chain being a little more live. It's like, oh, I need one more in my graveyard so I can make the play. And you're like, all right, you know what? Volvo chain, then Kerykeion, and then bam, 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 I win. So that's the only reason why, you know, I can see it being like, eh. You know, but it's really cool to see it. This deck got top 32, and definitely, you know, when this card comes out, uh, even though, you know, Elemental Dragons are going to be all over there, just because they're going to be all over there, this deck is going to do even better. And this deck is definitely, I can see it's going to get top 8 at the next YCS. I'm calling it right now, top 8 at least. This deck gets over things like Mono Mermails, it gets over Elemental Dragon, or, well, I'm sorry, Dragon Rulers, what they call now. It's a freaking stupid name. But it gets over all those cards, and it's just like, oh man, this deck has such a huge stun factor to it. So I'm definitely looking forward to a lot of more dirty things with this. Um, and by the way, guys, I'm looking for the Infinity deck profile that made it to day 2. I saw 2 of them made it to day 2, and I'm really interested in seeing those. If you guys are too, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because I'll be having a lot more deck profiles for them. I know a lot of top 32 deck profiles usually have, you know, more interesting decks, but I'll try to get as many as I can from, you know, the entire top 32 bracket. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So let me know what you guys think about the Evilswarm archetype and how Kerykeion is going to impact that in the comment section below. I just told you guys, I think that he's going to take the deck to an entirely different level just because I know what he's capable of. And he's just such a great freaking card. So anyways, guys, shout out to, you know, Spell Shattering Arrow. This card is such a funny tag, you know, Spell Shattering Arrow and, you know, Dark Illusion. Shout out to those cards. Throwbacks. Later, guys.